It's the ultimate travel guide from the people who know it best. Weekends with Yankee. Portsmouth, New Hampshire, on the coast of the Piscataqua River bordering the state of Maine. This city is known for its Navy shipyard and its historic seaport. An unexpected and hidden gem in Portsmouth is Vida Cantina, a chef-driven restaurant celebrating modern Mexican cuisine. We dropped in to chat with that chef, owner David Vargas. A James Beard-nominated chef, David finds inspiration in his Mexican heritage to bring a taste of Mexico the region has not had before. And the key to his success? An authentic tortilla.
I was born and raised in Southern California, and I met my wife in California, and we ended up on the seacoast of New Hampshire.
Wow.
It's been an incredible journey so far. Vida Cantina has definitely blessed us. We have some of the best food available to us year-round here, and some of the most incredible farmers and some of the most amazing communities that support that agriculture.
One of the dishes that we're going to be talking about today is tortillas.
Correct.
Now, to make the tortillas, you're using corn, but this is not the same corn that we buy in the summer and eat with butter and salt
Yeah,
and boiling
sometimes
water.
raw. It's called flint corn. There's many varieties that are grown here in the seacoast area. Each one has its own distinct flavors. Each one has its own cooking temperature to break down that pericope. So each one has its own story. We go through a process called nixtamalization. It's an ancient Aztec and Mayan tradition of cooking the corn to break down the pericope, which is the outside of the corn.
It's hard shell.
Exactly, and retain its niacin, the nutritional value behind the corn. Fast forward to now, and we use a calcium hydroxide to break down the corn and make the masa, which then makes the tortilla.
So now that we've talked about the corn, I would really love to see where this corn is grown.
Awesome. Let's go to Tuckaway and check it out.
Great.
In nearby Lee, New Hampshire, the three-generation family farm, Tuckaway Farm, is growing the flint corn that gives David's tortillas their unique flavor.
So let me introduce you to Sarah
Hi.
and
It's
Chuck
so nice to
Cox
meet you.
of Tuckaway Farm.
So nice to meet you.
We're a diversified farm, so we grow a multitude of seasonal vegetables throughout the year. Tomatoes, summer squash, lettuces, kale. It's really exciting to divide through the whole season.
Yeah. So now with the corn, you're growing heirloom varieties, and I wonder if you could just explain a little bit about what heirloom means.
Sure. Heirloom seeds have a real cultural story behind them. They are seeds that have been lost over time. Industrial agriculture has really focused on fewer and fewer varieties, ones that have vigor in the field, and not necessarily varieties that have taste and flavor.
So I think now you're honing in on maybe why people want these heirloom varieties. It's not just nostalgia, but actual flavor.
Yeah, I would say it's both of those things combined. And the chefs in our community, they're looking for flavor. So a lot of the farms in our area are now growing heirloom seeds through an heirloom harvest project that coordinates directly with chefs like Dave, chefs who really want that flavor in their product and who want to tell that whole story. They want to support the farms to tell that story, and then just the bigger picture of that food culture.
And we're all eating better for it.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
Well, I would love to go see the corn.
Sure, let's go see it.
Yeah, right here is some of our blueberries,
Beautiful.
bushes, and currently we have some of the sheep grazing in there to keep the grass down.
So I'm noticing corn growing, but it's kind of in distinct clumps.
We're planting heirloom varieties, and we're trying to save the seed, and we don't want the two varieties, together, because they will cross-pollinate, and we won't come true to the varieties. This is Narragansett, which is a yellow flint corn. The kernels on a flint corn are rounded on the top like popcorn.
This Narragansett flint corn is the corn that has direct line back to early America. Native Americans were growing a similar variety, and then the Europeans used it to make cornmeal.
Cornmeal, yeah. Now this is starting to dry down well.
So you want them to dry on the
We want them to
stalk?
dry on the stalks. Now sweet corn, you want to eat in what they call the milk stage.
Can I taste it?
Taste that, yeah.
It's actually sweeter than I thought it would be, but it's very much like a starchy cornmeal kind of flavor. So what are you looking for in the corn that you're using to make tortillas now?
We primarily use their autumn explosion because we found the flavor from it in the end. But really it's, from the Narragansett to the autumn explosion, it's been kind of fun to experiment and really figure out how to cook the corn properly, how much of the calcium do we add to it and things like that. It's a full circle from their farm, helping preserve these heirloom variety seeds, and then from us making really good tortillas in the end, our customers eating really good tacos.
We head 15 minutes down the road to Vida Tortilla, a mini factory David co-owns that turns Chuck's corn into 5,000 tortillas per week.
Chuck will deliver the corn to us, and then from here we cook the corn with calcium, and then from there we're able to mill it to a masa. We add it into our masa feeder. From there, the masa feeder spits it out onto the roller and cuts it, and then it goes through a cooking process in our oven, and then from there through our cooling conveyor. In the end, it's just one delicious taco at a time that we're doing.
I like that. All right, I just took one off. Is that okay?
Oh, that's the best way.
Hot, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
So there's like a tenderness to it.
That's really telling of a good tortilla is pliability or foldability.
Yeah.
Really, whatever you create, you could make chips, tostadas, but in the end for us, it's gonna be a great taco.
So with tortillas this good, I'm now dying to try it in a taco. Can we
Awesome.
go try that at the restaurant?
Let's go to Vida.
Okay.
The factory can churn out enough tortillas to supply Vida Cantina as well as other local restaurants. But for their meal today, David and Amy are preparing tortillas the old-fashioned way, by hand.
So we have this bowl of beautiful masa that you guys
Incredible.
make.
So we're just gonna kind of dig in like you're playing with Play-Doh. And you're just gonna roll it between the palms of your hand.
Okay.
We like to use a sandwich bag here. And then you just want to make sure it's nice and flat so it presses even. And then I just kind of push it down. And I go about halfway, 3/4 of the way.
Okay.
And then I rotate once.
Okay.
So that press is even. And then as I grab it here, I'm just going to gently peel away one side and put it in my hand and peel away the other side. And then go right on the skillet, hot skillet.
Beautiful.
So we were making them by hand here every day, and we were doing about 8,000 to 10,000 a month by hand. Then we realized that more farms want to join on board, and we decided to go not only wholesale to other restaurants, but retail and other retail shops as well.
So this is very hot. Yours
So-
almost looks like it's puffing a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to inflate a little bit, and that's how you can tell you've made yourself a really good tortilla.
Oh, I did good.
Look at that
That
pop,
is
huh?
a beauty.
Wow.
Ooh, I love it.
And then we'll just lay them to rest on our plates here for our final product.
Okay.
So we're gonna make a local lobster taco. What I made here was a mole that we made using the masa itself.
So how did you learn how to cook? I mean, where did your inspiration come from?
So my parents opened up a restaurant when I was 11. And my parents had just always been cooking. It's really what my heritage is about food and family. The base behind Vida Cantina is really a place for people to come and enjoy themselves as a family, to sit around, have that conversation that I feel like we're getting away from, unfortunately, on a daily basis, on a nightly basis, of sitting around the kitchen table,
Right.
having your conversations about what you did throughout the day. So this is a very gentle. What we did with the lobster already is we poached it, and then we smoked it, and then we marinated it a little bit in the koji mole. And then from there, we can just build our taco. Some beautiful local Honeycrisp apples, a little bit of fresh chopped cilantro, a little cracked pepper, salt and olive oil, and a little bit more fresh squeezed lime juice. This time of year, we get a lot of
Beautiful.
local edible flowers from a local farmer. And then we'll just mix it around. So then we'll just take some of this lobster and put it down.
Beautiful.
And then we'll just kind of put them right on top.
All right, so we got to taste this
Okay.
because this is looking
Well, I
gorgeous.
do have these for us because nothing goes well with a
Ooh,
taco.
yay!
Like
Margaritas.
our margaritas. This is our chupacabra.
Oh, cool. Now we've got to try this. This looks so beautiful.
Right.
There we go. Mmm. Wow. I didn't think there was a better sauce for lobster than just good old butter, but you've proved me wrong. This is amazing. Well, thank you so much for this tour.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers. Got some kick.